Bonnie, hello, it's Vanessa here with Finding Our Power Together. So as part of our new initiative, Guiding Our Gifts, I'm going to be walking us through our first Beaded Fringe earring tutorial. Before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit more about what Guiding Our Gifts is. So Guiding Our Gifts is an opportunity for all of us to come together to explore our creative side, learn, and share with one another. It's a place that will happen once a month for us to explore new crafts, new art forms, and get a chance to learn from one another. So like I said, today I'm going to be walking us through a beaded fringe earring tutorial. So grab your supplies, get comfy, and let's get started.
First things first, you are going to want to take some time to plan out your design. Choose your colors, sketch it out, and use this opportunity to count out the width of your first row to determine how wide you'd like your earrings to be. I have chosen to create a design that is 11 beads across at the widest point. Using an odd number allows for your design to be symmetrical. Have fun with it and be creative. Next, you will need to take out your supplies. You will need some sort of thin, flexible string. I've chosen size D Nymo thread, a pair of scissors, a needle, and your beads. I have created a design in which I need 5 different colors. I like to pour little piles of each color on my beading mat. Now let's get started. You will need to start by feeding your thread into your needle. I normally cut a piece of thread about 4 feet in length as I use one long piece for the whole earring. Once your needle is threaded, I like to create a small knot at the end as a stopper for my beads. Next, you will need to pick up a total of 6 beads to start your baseline. Push the beads down towards the knot you have tied. You want to feed your needle back through the first 3 beads you've placed on your string. Once you pull the needle all the way through your beads should stack beside one another in rows of 3. You will need to run your needle through the stack beside the one that the thread is leading out of. You will pick up 3 more beads on your needle and feed them through the last stack of 3 beads on your row. You will continue this step until you've reached your desired width, in my case 11 beads wide. Now that your first row of beads is complete, you will want to begin stacking your beads vertically from your base row in order to create your triangle. You will begin this row in every new row with 2 beads on your needle. You will feed these beads through the second thread loop on your base row. You will run your needle up through the first bead, then down through the second bead, and back up through the first bead in order to secure it. You will now grab your next bead and loop it under the next thread. You will run the needle back up through the bead and continue doing this until the end of the row. You will repeat these steps for each row until you get to the top of the triangle. Remember, you need to start each row with 2 beads on your needle and proceed through the row with 1 bead at a time. Once you've reached the top row, in which it is 2 beads wide, stop and follow along with the next step. Now that you have reached the top row with the width of 2 beads, you will need to collect a total of 4 beads on your needle to create the loop to attach your hook to. So run the needle with the 4 beads on it down the bead next to it. Loop the needle back up through the bead beside it and back down again through those 4 beads you just attached. You'll need to proceed by running your needle all the way down the one side of the triangle, the very outside row of beads. Once your thread is pulled all the way through, you will be able to set up for the next half of the earring, which is the fringe. Now that you're starting your fringe, you want to take some time to reflect on your design. It will lead you through the number of beads and patterns you'll need for each piece of the fringe. So first, collect those beads all on the thread and place them tight to the triangle. Once all your beads are on, run your needle back through all of the beads except for the last bead on your thread. This will ensure that none of your beads fall off. Now you will need to feed your needle back through the base row of your triangle, which will be 3 beads tall, and back down the next row of beads. This will allow for you to create your next fringe. You will continue to repeat these steps until you've done all of your fringes, and in my case, I will have 11 strands. An extra final step that we can take before we add on our hook is to take a lighter, safely and supervised if needed, to burn off any tails or threads that remain sticking out of our earring. This heat will seal the ends and keep the thread from fraying or allowing the beads to fall off. Now your earrings are ready for you to add the hook of your desire, wear them, share them, gift them, but now you've completed an awesome pair of earrings.
So, how did it go? Well, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and were able to take even just one thing from it. It's been such an honor to be able to share my gift with all of you. It has been a gift that I have been developing over the last year, and I'm really excited to use guiding our gifts as an opportunity to continue to practice that and to explore other new gifts that I may have. If anybody is able to create an earring out of this tutorial and would love to share it, you can tag at Finding Our Power Together on any of our social medias, and we'd love to see it.